desires. It's day two of our 3-day spiritual cleanse detox. You know what I'm saying? And 369 manifestation. Did you get your round of 3 repetitions of writing your desires and prayer requests down? Have you done your 6? You should do your 6 by now. If not, do your 6 because 9 is coming up. Okay. But yes, how's everybody doing? How are things going through this 3-day detox? Y'all, we got one more day. Give yourself a pat on the back. You are getting it done. I've been so busy. It's like I haven't even really had a chance to even thinking about missing food. And just check this out. Yesterday, I made a whole shrimp pasta, jerk shrimp rasta pasta for my girls. Didn't touch nothing. Okay, what I'm saying? I didn't eat no pasta, didn't eat no shrimp. Okay. Well, you know what? Let me stop lying. I did dab the sauce to make sure it was appropriate, seasoning in it, that it actually had the jerk, flavor and all that stuff to the right potency. But that was it, y'all. And I ate my little salad and my little fruit and my little pistachios, and it's like, when you doing your thing and you buy your stuff for you, but they still be all up in it. You know what I'm saying? They eat my strawberries, they eat my grapes, they eat my pistachios. But it is what it is. I ain't over there eating their rasta pasta though. But anyway, hit me up. Let me know how things are going for you guys. All right. But yes, I do want to quickly remind you guys, because I have to be very mindful of time. I don't want to keep you guys too long, but be careful out here. Like I told you yesterday, if you watched the video yesterday, I was talking about the angel of death is just moving around. Okay. It's that time of the season. And it's not just, people, angel of death in the regards of people that, are old and sickly. There are a lot of people out here off their rockers. They're angry. They are on the edge. They don't know how to cope. You know what I'm saying? So they are out here flipping out. You know what I'm saying? So be careful, be careful, be careful. Careful. I sound like Mama Madea then. Careful. But but yeah, be careful, be extra diligent, be extra aware of your environment. We get on our phones, we get busy, we get distracted. Pay attention, because you're on your phone or looking around at whatever thing what everybody else is doing around you, and you mess around and go and pick up a piece of paper off your door, and it doesn't register with you that there's a whole gimmick going around with people, abducting people because they're putting fentanyl and other chemicals and poisons onto napkins and money and stuff like that. If you see some money on the ground, keep going, okay? Because one of my friends, she's a nurse, and she and I used to work together, and she had a dollar that someone had stuck inside of her gas tank. Like, that was intentional for somebody to go in your gas tank, stick a dollar in there, okay? So when she went to open her gas tank to pump gas, she saw it there, but she just took the gas tank, the pump, and just knocked it down, instead of touching it. And it did seem to be like a fake $1 bill. But either way, you guys be extra diligent. I want to see you guys in 2023, 2024, 2025, and on and on and on. Okay. But just know there are people out here with evil, and we all know this. But keep ourselves covered and protected. Give your angels charge over you every single day and ask them to guide you and lead you. You know what I'm saying? Tap in. That's why it's so important. I tell you guys, meditate, because when you learn how to quiet your mind, you're giving spirit the ability to control things and to speak to you and to give you gut intuition. You know what I'm saying? And then that way, when you walk into your car, you'll be able to see things. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever, y'all. In other situations too, be extremely careful. I love you guys so much, and I want all of us to make it into 2023, okay, and beyond. But without further ado, let's get this prayer going. God, I thank you for each and every person that is here watching today. Those with good intent, Lord, and those with bad intent as well, God. I thank you, though, for those that are here, just looking for some encouragement and listening to see what you have to say to us. Then, God, I ask that you will just give them something that will help them through this 3-day cleanse and through the rest of their week and the rest of their month. And God, I thank you that all of us will be enlightened as we move through this life, God. God, I ask that you will open up my eyes, my third eye, my crown, my throat, my heart, my solar plexus, my sacral chakra, all of it, God. I ask that you open it all up to you today. I yield to you, God. And I connect my power cord with your power cord. And now we are attached and we are ready to give what you have for me to give and share with your people. And God, I ask that you will continue every single day to cover us with a fiery, impenetrable wall of protection, God. You know, we know that there are such evil people out here. We got witches, warlocks. We got all kinds of people, just people that are hating for no reason, God. And we ask that you just keep us shielded from them and all of their little tactics, God. And we ask, oh God, because we know that you're able to stop them in their tracks, God. We ask that you return that fire right back to their ass, God, immediately, immediately, immediately. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I'm a person of love and light. But if I gotta dispatch God and God just send, you take care of that, God. You handle that, okay? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't mess with nobody. And if you the type of person don't mess with nobody, you just trying to live your life and make it through one day at a time. We got enough to be dealing with than to be dealing with individuals that's hating for no reason, that just want to see us fall for no reason. So God, you handle that lightweight. You know what I'm saying? You handle that. That's what you do. You give those people on your job to God. You give those people in your family over to God. You give that whoever over to God. Your ex, give them over to God. You know what I'm saying? You know, whatever. Your neighbor, you know, that's always messing with you. Give it over to God. All right. But yes, guys, today, you know, I have had 2 meditation sessions. I did one earlier in conjunction with my bath, and God was speaking about anger then. And then I was like, okay, I went and voted, and I hope you guys here in Georgia went out and voted as well. And I came back and I sat to the table. Excuse me, y'all. I just ate a salad too. Um, Sat to the table and meditated some more, and God gave me more on the topic of anger. And because I'm very diligent about time, let me just jump on in here. So Spirit is saying we need to be careful about our anger. And some of us don't have good coping skills when it comes to anger. So Spirit wants us to start thinking about right now. How do you know when you're angry? How do you know? Thank you, kind Spirit. I ask you to just speak through me. How do you know when you're angry? All of us have been angry before. Okay, so what did our body do? How do we know that, hey, this is about to take me to the next step of anger, and I'm gonna be at a place where I'm gonna react and it's not gonna be nice? Okay. How do you recognize when you how do you what signs, what does your body do when you're angry? Okay. So for me, when I get angry, I can see like my mouth is getting ready to turn a different kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going to go bite, and I'm looking now, I'm paying attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. You know what I'm saying? So what does your body do? Some people start pacing. You know what I'm saying? Some people start talking faster. Some people start cursing. You know what I'm saying? They can't get the words out. You know, some people, they go to sweat, and some people go to clenching their fists. Some people just, you know what I'm saying, get quiet, and they just get quiet. What does your body do? What does your spirit do when you are feeling angry? Okay, so pause for a minute, take a little inventory. What do I feel? What does my body do? In the past, what have I done when I was angry? Okay, so now that we kind of been able to, and after this video, and you're still pondering on this, I want you to think about this even deeper. Think about times when you were angry and you lost your cool. What happened? And if you can remember what you were feeling on the inside, okay? And take note of that. And I want you to look at a few times, because I want you to take note of what your body did, what happened. You know what I'm saying? Because it typically don't happen that you're angry and you just lose it. It's usually your body starts doing certain things. You start thinking a certain way. Your body starts acting. You start doing certain things or whatever. It's like a warm up, and then all of a sudden it's like 0 to 50. Now I'm 50 to 100, but it just got there. What did your body do? Okay, so now that what your body is doing, and when you're getting there, I want you to learn these coping skills. Okay, number one, stay your ass out around folk that that's gonna trigger you. Okay, and there are certain people, there are certain family members, there are certain cousins, there are certain team members, there are certain people on your job that have the tendency to get under your skin, okay, and make you go there. Okay, there are certain people that want to call you on your phone, some exes or whatever. Sometimes they just want to call and get under your skin because they're pissed off because you ain't with them no more. Okay, so when that happens, you know what I'm saying. When that call comes, you already know it's some drama. So one of the first things I want you to do is disassociate yourself from the people that's causing you to be angry and that's going to take you out of character. All right. So, okay, that's number one. Number two, if it's not one of those situations where you can just kind of omit you're in the situation, here it is. One of the best things you can do is just exit. Okay, leave the building. This conversation ain't getting us nowhere, because if I keep staying here, it's just going to keep getting worse and worse, because you're going to try to get your point across and I'm going to try to get my point across. And the next thing you know, we'll be bumping heads and you're going to be in my face, I'm going to be in your face. And then it's going to be on and popping. Okay, somebody finna throw something, somebody finna punch somebody, whatever. Okay, so go ahead and exit. You're already aware now of what your body is going to do because you just took the inventory, right? Exit. Leave. Go in another room. If going in another room is not going to solve the problem, if you lock the door, and she's still going to come after you or he's still going to come after you, leave. Okay? If it's safe to leave, just leave. Okay? Then go somewhere and find you, turn on some music, clear your mind, pick up the phone, call a friend, and get the help. And then you be careful about which friend you call it, because some people and make sure it's a true friend or a true family member that you can trust, because otherwise it's going to be all over the family business and in the group chat. Okay, the family group chat. You don't need to be in that. Okay, you need somebody that you can pick up the phone and call. Hey, I'm about to lose it. This girl is acting crazy, man. This dude is acting stupid. Oh, this teammate right here, you know what I'm saying? This girl on my job, she just did it. The dude on my job. Oh, my manager just talked to me like I was a dog. I'm about to walk him like a dog. Come on, somebody talk to me. Okay? Have you a lifeline? Who can you call? Identify now. If I was literally about to lose it and bust out all these man windows, or if I was about to lose it and go in here and pick up a bat and hit my manager in the back of the head, who could I call that could talk me out of this and talk sense into me? We all need at least 1 to 2 lifelines, and two just in case one ain't available. Okay. Then you got to learn, if you don't have that, you just need to, hey, I got to go for the rest of the day because whatever, just go ahead and just clock out. I got to go. I had an emergency. Whatever you got to do, leave. Okay. Go sit down. Good. Go find you some good calming music to listen to until you can get to that lifeline. But you know what? Get your spirit team on the line. That's most important. Get your spirit team on the line. God, clear my mind now, because I'm not in my right frame of mind. Speak to me now and show me the way to handle this. Or just and then one of the most important things, what we do before we meditate, we take deep breaths in and out. Learn how to breathe. In for 4. Some people say in for 4 and out for 4. No, I believe in for 4 and out for 8. That's what really soothes me, and it actually gets me into a real meditative state. It's just going out a little bit more. In peace, out all the negativity, let it out. Okay, let it out. Okay, so and then because then you can think about, what are the consequences? You got to think about, what are the consequences? If I go in here with this bat, or if I go in here with this gun and shoot my boss in the back of his head, or I go in here and beat this teammate ass, what is it going to be? Is it going to be worth it? What are the consequences? I'm going to lose my job. I'm going to jail. Now I got to do the court system. Now I got to do this. I got to do, now I'm on probation. I got to ask before I can go out of town and blah, blah, blah. Is it worth it? 9 times out of 10, it's not. There was a time I was a hothead. I ain't never been big with fighting females because most of my issue always was with men. You know what I'm saying? And my thing was, and I ain't finna fight no girl. I'm gonna fight you because you the one that I'm in a relationship with. So I used to be a little bit of a little time bomb, okay? But it took me to grow and mature and to recognize, number one, where did this come from? And that's another question you can ask yourself. Where does this anger, the way I handle anger, where does this come from? Okay? Why am I so off the chain? It's probably because I've seen a whole lot of fighting in my family. Just take a few minutes. What was it like growing up? I mean, did I see a lot of fighting? Because you know what? And even in domestic violence situations, most people that's fighting like Blueface and Christian, they come from that type of environment. We repeat what we see, okay? And until we can connect the dots and disconnect that, detach from that, we're just going to keep repeating the same patterns. But we got to be mature enough to say, okay, this is where this come from. And this is how I learned how to deal with anger. This is how I learned how to deal in relationships. And this is not me anymore. Is this serving me? Is this who I want to become? Is this who I want to be able to look back and say, to my children or who have probably already seen some of this, or look back and say, this is who I was. It is who you was. We all got a past, but is this who I'm trying to become? Okay. That's the more appropriate question. Is this who I am becoming? If not, disassociate yourself with it immediately. Do the healing, connect the dots, get into some counseling or therapy, or start meditating and praying and seeking God and asking God to release things over and over and over until it's gone. Okay? Because Spirit has taught me so many different ways on how to deal with anger. Like, and now that we're adults, if I'm in the line at Walmart or I'm at Target or I'm at the in Macy's or wherever, and they give me bad customer service, like back in the day, I'd be ready to go off, but it's not even worth it no more. And I saw one guy post, he said, now that I'm getting older, I've learned how to work this thing. I know how to call corporate. Man, listen, I will call corporate and I will get on Twitter so quick. And I'm telling you, I done had it happen with Forever 21 when I was in it with my daughter once. I done had it happen with so many. I get on Twitter. Twitter is the way to communicate. You have some real live problems, I guarantee you, get on there, find their Twitter, they're going to respond. Okay? Absolutely. So Twitter is one of my favorite ways. I don't have time to keep going back and forth with nobody in Kroger, Publix, none of that. I ain't finna do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a woman of light and love. I don't have that type of energy. Now, mind you, and I say this very candidly and openly. Now, I ain't no wuss either now. Now, there's a difference. Now, if you come in my space and hit me, hell, I'm going to hit you back. And that's just it. We're going to fight, okay? But by all means, I stay away from that. And I try my best to stay away from stuff like that. And because that's who I am, I don't even attract those situations around me anymore. You know what I'm saying? I don't attract that kind of stuff around me. And you shouldn't either. As you're doing your healing journey and you're learning to meditate and letting God lead and guide you, you won't even want to do that stuff. Because the older we get, the more mature we're supposed to get. And if we're still 50, 40, 60 years old, always out here stirring up trouble, then that means we got some issues. We haven't looked at our surroundings and connected the dots and disassociated ourselves from that. We're not growing. We're still stuck. Okay? Because grown women and grown men shouldn't be out here can't go out nowhere without getting into arguments. I go out places all the time by myself. I don't care. I go to a movie by myself. I don't care if that's what I want to do. And I don't run into those types of issues. That's because that's not the energy I carry. Okay? And don't let that be the energy you carry. So just to recap, because I'm going over, identify. Okay, number one, identify what relationships you were around that taught you how to deal with anger and taught you how to deal with, toxic situations and even relationships. And we've talked about this before. Identify those things because that's probably where you learn this stuff from. Number two, identify what your body goes through, what you're feeling, do you start sweating? Do your palms start sweating? Do you start pacing? What do you do? What does your body do when you are getting angry? Those telltale signs that let you know, exit and exit immediately. okay? Because if you stick around, it's going to be hell, okay? So when you know that, when those bodily things start happening, emotional stuff start happening, now you twitching and your right eye jumping, whatever it does, know it and leave, okay? And then once you leave, if you got somebody that that you could talk to, because sometimes when you're out, you're like that, you're just so angry, it's hard for you to just immediately start talking to God or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You need to learn how to deep breathe. In for 4, out for 8. Do you have a lifeline? Somebody you can call and talk to? Okay, call them, talk to them, let them talk you down, let them somebody that's worthy of your time, that's going to lead you in the right direction, not somebody going to tell you to go back and beat they're behind on the job and cause you to get locked up, okay? So after you got your lifeline, then learn how to deep breathe. We've talked about that. And visualize. Think about it. Think about it. What are the consequences? Are the consequences really worth it? Are the consequences really worth it? Do I really want to spend this money to try to get somebody to bum me out of jail, then pay for an attorney, and be sitting up in the cell, eating whatever the hell the bullshit they have up in jail on these hard benches and stuff? And this is really what I want to be doing overnight or for the next couple of days? Do I really want to do this? Be on probation for you? You gotta think about those things, okay? And think about those things. And then after you think about it and you can deal with it, now come and and you've talked it over with your friend, and now maybe it's a day later or 2 days later, and now you're calm and you're reasonable and you've had time to talk it out. Now you can go back and address that situation if the situation permits, at a level of calm and collectiveness. Okay. So that is what Spirit had for me. Let me see, because when I be meditating, I'll be just like writing. Okay. I think that is it. Yes. Oh, and one thing I did hear Spirit say, and if you have pets, spend time with your pets. You know what I'm saying? Music, things like that. Exercising, do stuff like that. Whatever it takes. Learn what works for you. I'm giving you some coping skills. Walk away. Go listen to something calm and soothing. Something to take your mind away. Go spend some time with your dog. Go get your cat. You know what I'm saying? And just relax. All right? Because guys, it's too much going on in this world, and we don't want to be like the world. We want to be different. We want to be a light that shines. Okay? Want to be a light that shines. And I think that's all I'm going to tell y'all tonight. And I'll pick up tomorrow. I love you guys so much. I hope this has helped you in some way, shape, or form and fashion. Don't ever give your power over to somebody else. I've done it enough. You've done it enough. Don't give your power over to anybody else and let them pull you out of character. Okay? So it's your manifestation goddess. Anything you need from me should be in that description box underneath, or just hit me up on an email or DM me on any social media. Love you guys. Have a great night.